This year we've been offering classes in Slöjd, or Swedish Handcrafts, to adults and students here at American Swedish Institute. This is part of ASI's mission, to serve as a gathering place for people to share their stories and experiences related to tradition, immigration, handcrafts, and the arts, especially as they are tied to Sweden. The idea of making beautiful and useful objects from natural materials is prevalent in many different cultures, including in Sweden. Take a look at how we're introducing these crafts right here in Minnesota.
My name is Judy McDowell, and I'm a felt maker, and I live out in western Hennepin County. I have a small farm, and we raise Icelandic sheep, and so I started using the wool probably about 10-15 years ago to felt. This last week we had a group of people in here just making slippers, taking the wool and forming it into something that would fit on their feet and be functional but also warm and beautiful. Felt making is one of the oldest processes for making fabric. It started probably at least 3,000 years ago, they know, and so it predates knitting, weaving, crocheting, anything like that. And so it's sort of wonderful to bring this ancient process into the Swedish Institute. It also has a great history in the Scandinavian countries, which is another great reason to have it here. Vikings were felting, so it's sort of fascinating to make those links. Well, you start out with unspun wool, and there are various kinds that'll work. Today we've been using Icelandic wool from Icelandic sheep and also wool from a Corriedale sheep. And you lay out the wool, it's unspun, we add soap and water to it, and we have to have some sort of agitation, so rubbing or rolling up, and then that creates the fabric. So it really starts out as one thing, as the unspun wool, and ends up as a solid fabric. It can be functional, it can be decorative. You can make articles of clothing out of it. You can make slippers, hats, mittens, scarves, and even jackets and coats out of it. You can use it for decorative things, so you can actually make wall hangings, something to hang on the wall, a table runner. I've seen people make curtains out of it, rugs, so there's really a lot that you can do with it. When I'm working with students, I think the most important thing to tell them is to start out very gently. So you've got to have some sort of agitation, the rubbing, but you have to do it very gently at first. And then as the fabric starts coming together, you start working it harder and more aggressively, and that actually finishes the project. So you need this whole progression from very gentle to more aggressive, and actually to get it done. I love it because actually I have Swedish background and it connects me to my heritage. And so it's a great connection for me to come here and then take something that I know that they worked with and be able to teach people here about it. So it's been a great thing for me as a felt maker to learn that this was done in Scandinavian countries. I love it. So it's a perfect thing for ASI to do.